to take a baby wombat from its mother and clearly causing distress from the mother is just an outrage.
So an influencer has stolen a baby wombat off of their mother, causing the mother and the baby wombat distress. And the world is in outrage. The Australian Prime Minister has chimed in, and it raises very, very important questions about the ethics of taking babies from mothers. What I find most interesting is, if we were going to quantify the amount of baby stealing that took place to mammalian mothers, the industries that take babies away from mothers would probably rank highest in terms of something like this. The egg industry are taking fertilized eggs off of parent layers who fertilize the eggs, and then the industry come and take those eggs away and incubate them in incubators and hatch them away from their parents, and then they dump the boys into a macerator in order to create the hens who go on to lay eggs for the egg industry. And then we have the pig industry who have mothers impregnated, sometimes in sow stalls, and then they spend their days farrowing inside of a farrowing crate, which is a cage essentially where they can't turn around for 6 weeks at a time, and they sometimes squash their piglets and can't help their piglets. And when their piglets wean, the farmer comes in and steals the piglets. Sometimes they smash the piglets' heads on the ground if they don't grow fast enough, or if they're sick, or if they're runts. But one of the most famous industries for stealing babies is, of course, and everyone who is in the know knows, it's the dairy industry. Now, Anthony Albanese and others who are expressing extreme outrage at and rightly so, at a wombat having their baby stolen. Where is the outrage for the dairy cows who, as a fundamental part of that industry, have their children taken en masse every single day in Australia, across the world, so that human beings can take the milk that was meant for the baby? Now, this woman here, as far as I saw, gave the baby back. Doesn't justify it, but she gave the baby back. In the dairy industry, they take all the babies, male or female, but sometimes they'll kill the males on farm, and the females will go off to be grown and fattened and exploited and slaughtered. Okay? Now, this woman here didn't exploit and kill the baby, she gave them back. It was a sick joke. So my question to everyone who is outraged at this: why aren't you outraged at the systemic baby stealing and killing that takes place for the food that is on your plate? I would call for everyone to be even more outraged at what the meat, dairy and egg industry do to mothers and babies. And this outrage here that you're expressing for this wombat, express it across the board. Because what I find incredibly just psychologically interesting is the magical phenomenon that when you change the species of an animal from a cow or a pig to a wombat, people all of a sudden give a damn. But if you were to analyze the sentience and experience of a wombat versus all these other animals, all of their experiences matter just the same as each other. So please oppose all forms of baby stealing, baby killing, and maternal trauma by opposing all forms of animal exploitation. And here it comes: live vegan.